Environmental racism is a concept in the environmental justice movement, which developed in the United States throughout the 1970s and 1980s. The term is used to describe environmental injustice that occurs within a radical context, both in practice and policy. But as the climate change, it is increasingly hard to ignore how vulnerable and marginalized populations are disproportionately impacted and how interconnected issues of social and environmental justice are. Earth Day, combating environmental injustice in your community. What is environmental justice? Environmental justice is the fair treatment and meaningful involvement of all people regardless of race, color, national origins, or income with respect to the development, implications, and enforcement of environmental laws, regulations, and policies. This goal will be achieved when everyone enjoys the same degree of protection from environmental and health hazards, equal access to the decision-making process to have a healthy environment in which to live, learn, and work. What does environmental injustice look like in the Black and Brown community? Climate change disproportionately affects low-income communities and communities of color. Lead poisoning disproportionately affects children of color. Water contamination plagues low-income areas and communities of color across the nation. Food deserts are mostly located in communities of color. A food desert is an area that has limited access to affordable and nutritious food, in contrast with an area with higher access to a variety of supermarkets, farmers markets, and plant-based products. According to the California Environmental Protection Agency, Watts is amongst the top 5 most polluted and vulnerable communities in the state. The residents of Watts have the lowest life expectancy of any other community in California, nearly 12 years lower than the residents of nearby Brentwood. What is happening to advance environmental justice in the community of Watts? Linda Cleveland and Jacqueline Badejo are a mother-daughter duo tackling environmental injustices. Jacqueline helps lead the Watts Clean Air and Energy Committee. A study in transport policy found disparities in access to electric vehicle chargers based on race and income in California, with Black and Latino majority neighborhoods having lower access to public chargers. Linda and Jacqueline are leading the charge by promoting electric vehicles and more charging stations.
Linda Cleveland and Jacqueline Badejo are a mother-daughter duo advancing environmental justice.
As a young girl, I have seen the brown water in my bathtub and always wonder why the community suffered from respiratory diseases and other health disparities.
Badejo helps lead the Watts Clean Air and Energy Committee.
We're working to do water and soil testing in the community.
They're now part of the Electric for All campaign.
There are 40 million reasons to go electric. For Mama Linda and Miss Jackie, that means bringing clean air to Watts and South Central Los Angeles.
Watts Clean Air and Energy Committee. The mission of the Watts Clean Air and Energy Committee is to empower the Watts community to achieve environmental justice by improving our air quality and helping our communities to gain access to careers in the growing green energy industry. Clean air initiatives include diesel idling, electric car initiative, community greening. Clean energy initiatives include electric vehicle car ownership program, EV vehicle charging station, solar and wind education, ratepayer and energy conservation training. Eco-friendly programs, grid alternatives, replace your ride program, community solar at Repower LA, energy conservation and rate demand chargers, DWP rebates and programs. The Cities 100 report showcases 100 of the most innovative and impactful projects from cities across the globe that are taking a lead in tackling the climate crisis. The Watts community made this list in 2019 for fighting social disparities in air pollution. The Watts Rising Transformative Climate Communities project is a community-driven vision to transform Watts into a more environmentally safe place for the residents. The main climate change risk for Watts is increased exposure to extreme heat days. Additional concerns include lower water quality due to runoff that impacts watersheds. The city aims to strategically plant more than 3,300 trees, increasing canopy by 50% and reducing the heat island effect. More than 8 acres of new parks and urban farming will allow for stormwater retention and recharge of groundwater aquifers. The TCC project will fully electrify the Watts Dash bus line with 10 battery electric buses and provide 7 electric passenger van pool vans and 8 car-sharing electric vehicles. This decreases local air pollution and CO2 emissions from the transportation sector and also decreases congestion, which in turn will reduce economic losses and improve the quality of life for commuting citizens. The greatest threat to our planet is the belief that someone else will save it.